Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Sex in the City. That's right, that wonderful show about those young, lovely, chaste women from New York, those ladies from New York. No, those alcoholic middle-aged sluts from New York, okay? And their adventures in boning, all right? And they're riding the cock carousel. Yes, absolutely. Wonderful show. I'm Diego. I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City. I watched both movies and I watched that piece of shit show. And just like crap, don't watch it. It's an abortion. But I already reviewed it. If you want to watch the videos around here, okay? No, we're going to talk about the original show, the good show, okay, from the late 90s, early 2000s, Sex and the City, created by Candace Bushell, who is this big fucking slut who fucked all these guys in New York. Yeah, I read a book about her. She fucked all these guys in New York and shit. And now, and she wrote about it in her column because it's empowering, right? Yeah, where is she now? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she made a lot of money, but she's living alone in a penthouse in Manhattan, which I guess ain't bad. Because she did well for herself, but she's alone. She got no kids. No guys really want to date her. The last guy she was married to, he was a fucking what was he? He was a fucking dance instructor or some shit, and he left her for a fucking younger, hotter dancer. So she's all fucking alone now. Yeah, I know, it sucks, right? Yeah, that's the only dude she married too. But anyway, never mind her. Okay, we're talking about her creation. Okay, Sex and the City, which was a very popular show. I was there at the beginning. Okay, when it first came out, I was a much younger man back then. I just got out of the Marines. I was going to school full time, and then I was working at night, and I worked with a lot of actors, a lot of musicians, a lot of comedians, a lot of models, we were all like in the theater industry and stuff, and we were all, trying to, going to auditions and shit. We were all doing all that shit, but we partied a lot. That's what you do in your 20s. You have a good time. We drank a lot. We partied a lot. We had a lot of parties, went to a lot of concerts, a lot of beach parties, penthouse parties, hotel parties, all that kind of shit. We did all that stuff. That's what you do in your 20s, We were young, dumb, and you know the rest, okay? So we watched Sex and the City. I watched Sex and the City because all the hot girls I knew were watching the show. They were always talking about it. The girls at school, the girls at work, they were always talking about whatever happened in the newest episode. They were telling these stupid-ass names like Big and Steve, and who the fuck are these people? Whatever. So I started watching the show and I got hooked. I got hooked on it, okay? So I got caught up with what was going on, and then when the new episodes dropped, I was there watching them, and I was talking about them the next day. I was the only straight guy that was doing that. All my straight friends, they'd all seen episodes because their girlfriends made them watch it or whatever, but none of them were watching it on a regular basis. Like I was watching that shit on a regular basis. I love that show. I thought it was great. The only problem I had is I did not like the way they treated the straight guys on the show. That wasn't realistic. The whole show was not realistic, but it was entertaining. And that was the important thing, is it was entertaining. I got a lot of entertainment, a lot of enjoyment from watching the show, but it was bullshit. Sorry, ladies, but the show was bullshit. This is what I do here. I give you a straight man's point of view. I'm going to tell you what would really go on if this shit was really happening, okay? I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. Some fucking testosterone here. Some heterosexuality needs to get injected into this fucking show. Because believe me, there was almost no heterosexuality involved in the creation of this show. This show was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists. They don't know what the fuck a straight guy is. They have an idea of what it is, okay? But watching fucking 20 seconds of a John Wayne movie is not going to fucking tell you what a straight guy is like, okay? There's a little bit more to that than just that, okay? So that's what I do here. I'm going to tell you everything from a straight man's point of view. Ladies, I'm going to burst your fucking bubble, okay? But it's better to know the truth, okay, than to live your life in a lie, okay? What's more important to you, blinders on, or do you want to know what's really going on? Do you want to see the Matrix? I'm going to show you the Matrix, okay? That's what I do here, okay? Now, if you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, get the fuck out of here right now. I will not censor myself. I'm going to tell you the honest God truth. I do not lie here. I do not lie here, okay? I've got nothing to gain by lying to you, okay? If you want to know about the fashion, if you want to know about the fucking Manolo Blahniks and the Louis Vuittons and the Chanels and the Pradas and the Dwar and all that kind of bullshit, don't watch this channel. I don't know anything about that shit. I don't know. You know why I don't know? Because I'm not fucking gay. All right? Talk to the gay guys about that. Talk to the other girls about that. No, what I'm going to talk to you about is the relationships between the men and the women. Yeah, I know everyone forgot that there's actually heterosexual relationships on the show. I know, right? Weird, huh? Yeah, I know, everyone forgot about that part. Okay, so you would think that, if they're going to have heterosexual relationships, then both sides should be equally represented, right? No, bullshit. This is all from one side, okay? And it's not even from a woman's side. It's from a gay guy's side, okay? or behind, I should say. Okay, sorry. That was bad. Anyway, the point is, I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view because that's the point of view you never got when you watch this show. No one ever told you the truth from a guy's point of view. Okay, guys, do not watch this show with her. Do not watch this show with her. Ladies, if you want to watch this more than he does, then you sit here and get him out of here. Guys, if you want to watch this more than she does, get her out of there. Okay, because I'm just going to embarrass you. And then you're going to have to explain to her. And I'm pretty sure I've already broken up several relationships just by posting these videos. But it's better to know than not know. Okay, it's better to know the truth. Okay, whether you like it or not. Straight up, baby, with no lube. The real question is, can you handle it? Can you handle the truth? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. All right, so here we go. All right, so this episode that we're talking about today, Sex and the City, Season 6, Episode 18. Yes, almost done. 2 more episodes to go, and the series is over. That's 92 fucking episodes. 92 episodes I've reviewed. 92 episodes. You think I'm going to stop now? Fuck no. After this, I'm going to the movies, and then I'm going after your chick flicks, and I'm going to ruin those too. I'm going to fucking bastardize those fucking abortions. Okay, anyway, so we're back to where we were, Sex and the City, right? I got sidetracked there. Okay, Season 6, Episode 18. The title of this episode is called Splat. Splat. That's the title of this episode, okay? This is going to be a few parts. I can tell that right now. There's a lot going on here. What they decided to do, I can tell just by reviewing all these episodes, they decided to put a lot of money into this season. This is the second half of Season 6, okay? So in the second half, they knew that this was going to be it for the show. The show was done. So they decided to put a lot of money into this show at the very end. So they keep changing locations, okay? And every time you see them at a restaurant or at a store or they have to like pay people to get that spot available to film these episodes. They spend a lot of money being in a lot of different places. This is like a motion picture budget for a fucking hour-long TV show episode, okay? So you could tell they spent a lot of money here at the end. Okay, the show was a big hit. They're making a shitload of money, the show was. By this time, movie stars were all wanting to be or wanting to be on the show, wanting to do cameos on the show. Women were all talking about it. I mean, it was a big fucking deal, all right? At the time when these episodes first aired. This is 2004. Okay, so here we go. So Carrie meets with Enid at this restaurant, okay? Enid Frick. Now, you remember her. That's Candice Bergen. You remember Candice Bergen, Murphy Brown. If you ever watched that show back in the 80s and 90s. I never watched that show, okay, because I'm not a fucking libtard. But, no offense to libtards, but, offense all the way. Okay, but Murphy Brown, yeah, she had a popular show. She was now, I know she's this tough, empowered feminist, and she was beautiful. And she was a model for Vogue back in the 60s and 70s. Okay, back when she was young and hot. Okay, but she was a daughter of a famous comedian and radio personality. His name was Edgar Bergen. He was a ventriloquist. He had a fucking wooden doll, a ventriloquist dummy that he spoke through. Okay, named Charlie McCarthy, and he had his own fucking radio show that was very, very popular. Yes, very, very popular on the radio. It was the number 1 show on the radio back in the 1930s and 40s. Yeah, Charlie McCarthy, Edgar Bergen, and his fucking talking puppet, his dummy. Okay, yes. Okay, that's how she became famous, okay? So, of course, she grew up rich and all that stuff, and, she went to Ivy League school, but she dropped out to become a model, and then she became an actress, and then, and of course, she started screwing every fucking director and producer out there because she was hot and she was young. Look at her pictures. Look at her modeling pictures from the late 60s and early 70s. She was fucking fine as hell, okay? But then, and she even hosted Saturday Night Live when that first came out in the mid 70s, so she was popular for a long time, and then she got middle age, and all of a sudden she wasn't doing that anymore, so she started doing comedy and like serious acting, and then she got Murphy Brown and all that kind of shit, right? So she became an actress. Okay, that's what she's famous from. Okay, when Murphy Brown got canceled, like the very next gig she started doing was guest starring on Sex and the City. She played this Vogue editor. Get the joke? Because she used to be a model for Vogue in real life. Okay, she played this editor for Vogue that hired Carrie on a freelance basis so that Carrie could make some extra money so she could pay back Charlotte for the loan that Charlotte gave her, okay, by selling her fucking wedding ring so that Carrie could buy her apartment instead of renting it because, they were going to go... they were going to fucking go co-op on it, and she couldn't afford it because she broke up with Aiden, who bought her apartment, but then he expected her to pay her back because she broke up with him, because they broke up. Because she didn't want to marry him. Okay, well, I've already been through all these episodes, okay, just to get you caught up. Okay, so Enid is Candice Bergen, okay, and she's there, and Carrie's meeting her there at a meeting. They're having like a meeting lunch, whatever, at this nice fucking restaurant. So he meets her there, and she asked about Alex. She found out that she heard that Carrie's dating Alex Petrovsky, the mad Russian. He's very famous. Like I said, he fucked every fucking supermodel in the late 70s at Studio 54. So she's like around Enid's age, Candice Bergen's age, all right? But she's dating Carrie because Carrie's younger. Okay, it makes sense. Anyway, so they're there. And she gets right to the point when they're sitting down there is, hey, I heard you're dating Alex. You're invited to this party that I'm having. Okay, it's a couples party. Okay, and I need to know if Alex has any friends so that you can hook me up. So you can set me up with one of them. Jesus. I think I would go very well with that crowd. I could find someone in that crowd, you know. Well, and Carrie's like, Alex isn't the kind of guy that, like fixes people up. She's like, Carrie, I got you a job. You get me a man. She's like, okay. So I feel bad for her. She tells Carrie, hey, listen, I'm not in a couple. She's like, this is a couples party and I'm not a couple and there are no prospects. Okay. And she's hoping someone from his crowd might be a right for her, and then there's this whole joke about the Dorado fish, which only serves 2 people. But anyway, okay, the reason Enid is lonely, and the reason she's alone at her age, she's in her 50s, is because she squandered her youth. Okay, that's the number one reason women are alone, is they squandered their youth. Okay, they spent their youth ever since this feminist movement took place, and Candace Bergen was one of those trailblazers. She was there at the beginning of third wave feminists, or second wave feminism. I'm talking about fucking Mary Tyler Moore and all that kind of shit, burning bras. Okay, well, she was there for that one. Okay, so yes, it was all about like your career comes first. Women are not, children are not a priority or a necessity. Okay, no man's gonna tell you what to do. Okay, you make your own money. And basically fuck as much people as you want because birth control was invented. Okay, and if you're not, then fucking there's Roe versus Wade. Well, there was. Okay, so and if you get pregnant, there's always Roe versus Wade. So so she was leading that. She was part of that movement. Okay, that was what she grew up with. Okay, she led that charge, and what did it get her? Okay, well, it got her this old lady who's alone. Okay, because during her youth. Okay, when she should have been like looking for someone to settle down with and raise a family, she decided not to do that. She decided to ride the cock carousel because it's all about her. It's all about, I want what I want. Fine. But once you get older, okay, you can't get those guys anymore. Those high value men, okay, those rich princes that want to fly you all over the world, okay, and take you to fucking restaurants in Paris and shit, like she was doing in real life, okay, back in the early 70s and the late 60s, okay, like she was, okay. Well, once she's hit the wall, and she's not going to get those offers anymore. Those guys have already married younger women, so she had her opportunity. What did she do with it? Okay, she wasted it. She squandered it. And now she's old and now nobody wants her. The high value men, she can still find a guy, okay? There's no problem finding a guy. It's finding the kind of guy that she wants. Those kind of guys don't want her anymore, okay? Now she have to compete with younger, hotter women. Basically, she has to compete with who she was 30 fucking years ago, And she's just not that person anymore, okay? She doesn't look that way. She doesn't think that way. She doesn't, it's just not, it's not realistic that she would find a high value man. She should have done all that years ago, but she didn't. Okay, so now she's sorry for it. She ain't gonna say that, and the show ain't gonna tell you that. Okay, but it's the truth. It's the number one reason that women her age are alone. Okay, now I know that the message in Hollywood is, oh, well, the husband was an asshole and he left her and abandoned the family. Well, that's actually not really what happens. Okay, most marriages end in divorce because the woman files for divorce, not the guy. It's 70% women who file for the divorce. That means the woman wasn't happy. That means she's getting older and she wants something better than what she's got. And if you spend your whole fucking life always looking for someone better, because there will always be someone better. I'm sorry, it's true. Okay, but don't let that blind you from looking at what you actually have. Okay, look at what you actually have. What's more important to you? Risking it all, okay, for something else, or keeping what you have, okay, knowing that not everybody has what you have, okay? Well, a lot of women have learned the hard way, like Ina is learning in this show, okay, is that when you squander your youth, when you throw away people, that are not perfect, okay, but they're better than a lot of what's out there, for the next shiny object, okay, you're going to end up with nothing. You're going to end up alone. And that's what happened to her. So I feel sorry for her in the sense that, okay, yeah, she's alone now, but I don't feel sorry for her because these are the choices that she made. She never looked far enough away to see. She was so concerned with the immediate gratification. She never looked to see where this was going to lead her, okay? And that's the lie of second wave feminism. I'm sorry, but it is. That is the lie of it, okay? You ever been on a dating site? Go on a dating fucking site, okay? Most of the women that you're going to see on there, they're all in their 30s, late 30s, 40s. Okay, they're all divorced. They've all had kids, okay? And now they're ready to settle down. They're not ready to play games. They're, Oh, so the past 20 years, those were games, and now you're ready for the real thing. Now that you got 3 fucking kids. Oh, but one of them is grown and moved out, right? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Come on, all right? This is the truth. This is what really happens in real life, okay? So you got to be careful with this stuff, all right? Don't squander your youth, ladies. If you're young, okay, yes, have fun while you're young, but know that this will not last forever, okay? Eventually the bill is going to get due, okay? Don't waste your youth. Don't waste your youth doing stupid shit, okay? I know that society's going to tell you, ride the cock carousel. It's all about you. It's all about getting off. Okay, I'm not saying those things are not important. Those things are important, absolutely, okay? But you gotta play the long game. Eventually, you're going to have to fucking settle down. Eventually, you can't keep doing this, okay? Just because some of your friends are still doing it, or just because your favorite pop stars are still doing it, well, they're fucking super rich. They can afford to do it, okay? They can afford to go to divorce court 5, 6, 7 times, okay? They can afford to do that shit. You can't. Okay? Pay attention to what's going on in your life. Have your fun, but you got to learn when to grow up and get out of it. Okay? And now, some people are meant to settle down. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the average person. Okay? Ladies, you can ride the cock carousel all you want, but eventually, okay, you're going to have to settle down. Okay? And the guys that you want, do you really think that the guys, the high value men that you're looking for, want to be with a woman, okay, that has fucking got more bodies than fucking Hitler? Do you think that that's what a high value man really wants? No. They don't. Okay, I'm gonna end the suspense right now. They don't. They don't. Okay, so be very selective. Okay, of who you're out there boning. Okay, because it all will come back to haunt you. Okay, and not just the way that you think. Okay, it will come back to haunt you. All right. Okay. So I feel sorry for Enid, but I don't feel sorry for her. Okay, but she's alone. This is usually what happens. All right. Okay, she squandered her youth and her beauty. Okay, so now Carrie feels that she has to find a guy for Enid. Okay. Meanwhile, Alex and Carrie are setting up a couples party at his place. They invited all of her friends to his place for dinner. Okay, so she's excited. Alex is going to fucking meet all of her. Well, he's already met them, but he's going to meet them and their husbands and boyfriends and shit. All right, so she's all excited about that. And he's talking to her, and he asks her if he has any. Carrie asked him, "Do you have any single male friends for Enid?" And he's like, "Well, I do know this. I have this one friend. He's a food critic. His name is Martin." And she's like, "Oh, that'd be perfect for her. That would be perfect. Actually, set that up. Okay, I need to hook up Enid with a guy. Okay, for this party that she's gonna have. Okay, so that's taken care of. Okay, and Alex is like, well, is this really setting up people? Is this how you find love?" And Carrie's like, "No, it's just a distraction until the real thing comes along." I was like, "Well, I have a question for you, Carrie." She's like, "Sorry, all my friends are taken." Wow. I never said that before. He's like, no. He's like, I'm going to be in Paris for a long time for my exhibition. I don't know when I'm going to come back. Okay. Now, for Carrie, this isn't the first time that her boyfriend has left to go to Paris, not knowing if he's coming back. Okay, Big pulled this shit on her in the first season. No, second season. Sorry, in the second season, Big pulled this shit on her in the second season. Okay, remember he had to go to Paris on business, and he wasn't sure if he was gonna have to move there or not, and he didn't tell her about it. Remember when she was throwing the McDonald's at him? Yeah. Okay, so Carrie's actually used to this. Okay. And Alex says something different that Big didn't say. Alex says, like, I would like for you, Carrie, to come with me. And Carrie's like, well, I'll come to the opening of your show and maybe a weekend here, He's like, no, Carrie. I mean, you be with me in Paris for the entire time. I need you there. Okay, because, Mr. 53-year-old, super fucking rich, super fucking famous artist, Alexander Petrovsky, he's in love. Basically, he hasn't said it, but he's in love with Carrie because he's treating her like he's in love with her and he can't live without her. Like that she's the air that he breathes. And I've said this before and everybody else, I'll say it here real quickly, okay? Now, that's not realistic that this man, okay, with a super high sexual market value would settle for Carrie. Carrie would be a one-night stand at best. They have nothing fucking in common, okay? This guy would probably more than likely be dating women that would, like, worship him, that are familiar with his work. I mean, artists, famous artists like him, they actually have groupies too, okay? They have fangirls. Usually it's fucking undergraduate art students, okay, that will fucking do anything for him. They'll take take it up the ass for him. They'll do whatever it takes just to be around him and smell his shit. Okay, he would be surrounded by 19, 20-year-olds, even some graduate students. Okay, 23-year-old women. Okay, that will do anything for him, more than one. Okay, not some fucking 40-year-old pretending to be 38-year-old columnist. Okay, alcoholic with a fucking lot of bodies behind her. Okay, no, that's not even interested in his work. Okay, no. That would never happen in real life. Okay, but then on this show, just go with it. Okay, because you got to remember, these women are all middle-aged, they're all in their late 30s and 40s, and they're all getting hit on by fucking CEOs of corporations, by fucking by millionaire Wall Street brokers, by hotel executives, by by movie directors, by professional musicians, by all this kind of shit. Those are the kind of guys that hit on the women on this show, okay? So I know, like I said, the show belongs on the Sci-Fi Channel, does not belong on HBO, okay? The show expects you to just go with it. That's because the show's written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists, okay? They don't know what the fuck is realistic. Are those type of guys, okay? A straight guy with that kind of clout, okay, with that kind of swag, with those kind of resources, that kind of social status, is not gonna fucking fall in love with 38 fucking year old Carrie fucking Bradshaw. That's not gonna fucking happen. She would be a one-night stand at best, okay? These guys think younger, they date younger, they get the cream of the crop, they get the all these men on the show are the 0.0001% of the men, of the straight men out there that have a high sexual market value. That those are the men that all the women are competing for, okay? So doesn't it make sense that men with those type of options would also go for the 0.00000001% of the women that are out there? It does, doesn't it? Okay, it's a mathematical fact. Okay, and realistically, that is what happens. You really fucking think that Elon Musk is gonna date the fucking woman that works at fucking Whataburger? No, he is not. Okay, he's gonna date the fucking supermodels. Okay, he's gonna fuck Johnny Depp's wife behind his back. That's the kind of women that Elon Musk is gonna fucking pull. Okay. Okay, he's not gonna date a fucking Carrie Bradshaw. Sorry, ladies, but he's not, okay? So you gotta get out of this fucking lollipop land that we're in, okay? And realistically, this would never happen. But since it's all happening on the show, just go with it. Just fucking go with it, okay? So we're gonna go with it here, okay? She would be a one-night stand at best, but apparently he's crazy about her. He can't live without her. She's got to go with him to Paris. So I guess, so that's what it is. So it's very, very, very romantic, very Cinderella, very, well, someday my prince will come, like Snow White. Bullshit. All right, you got to get the fuck out of there, man. Okay, the world is more than just princesses out there. Okay, it's more than just princesses out there, ladies. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, so he wants her there the whole time that he's in Paris. Okay, and she's like, so you mean like you don't know when we will be back? He's like, no. So now it's getting serious. Okay. Meanwhile, everyone is at the dinner party. This is a pretty cool scene here because all the characters are in this scene. Okay, so everyone's there at Alexander's house. Okay, so we've got Samantha and Smith. They're there. Samantha's wearing a fucking crazy wig like she always is because she got cancer. Okay, or she had cancer. Okay, Charlotte's there with Harry. Okay, Steve is there with Miranda. Stanford is there with Marcus. Yeah, he got invited. Go figure, right? And of course, Carrie's there with Alexander. Okay, so on the head of the table is Alexander. On the other end of the table is Smith Jared. Okay, so basically, Samantha starts the conversation by screaming that she thinks her maid broke her vibrator. Okay, because I guess Samantha just fucking says things. I don't know. Maybe she's got Tourette syndrome or something where she just fucking says shit out loud that nobody really needs to hear that are not appropriate. If I was in a stranger's house, a very nice house, okay, but a famous artist's house, okay, I am not going to start off a conversation with, hey, I think my house cleaner has been jerking off to my fucking porn. Okay, that's not what I'm going to talk about. But that's what Samantha will talk about. And she goes in this long diatribe, completely oblivious to the fact this is not appropriate conversation to have at a dinner party. Yes, they're all adults. Yes, but they don't know each other that well. Okay, Samantha does not fucking know Alexander Petrovsky. She doesn't know if he's going to like this or get offended by it. Okay. I'm sure the other people know pretty well. Steve is familiar with Samantha, and I think Harry's familiar with Samantha. But still, it's not appropriate. You're in someone else's house. Don't talk that way. But she's just talking about her fucking vibrator, how someone broke it. She thinks her maid has been using it, and then she broke it. Whatever. And I feel sorry for Samantha having cancer, but come on, Samantha, don't talk shit like that. Save that shit for your girlfriends. When it's just you and your girlfriends at the fucking diner, because you guys go out to eat every fucking episode. You all go out to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every fucking day of the week. Do it then. Okay, when you're with your girlfriends, don't do it at a fucking party that you got invited to at someone else's house. That's just fucking rude. It's tacky. You're a fucking PR. You're supposed to know all about etiquette. Okay, and that's not fucking etiquette. All right, say that shit for when you're talking with your girlfriends. All right. Anyway, so that's going on there. Samantha's wig is actually a flapper wig, okay, which is the hairstyle that the women, the flappers from the 1920s, those were basically the Sex and the City girls from the 1920s. The ones that went to the speakeasies and shit and drank and danced at Charleston, and got shit-faced, even though alcohol was illegal back then. I think F. Scott Fitzgerald, Great Gatsby, that kind of shit. She's got one of those wigs on. All right, so she looks ridiculous. Okay, maybe she could have pulled it off in her 20s, but okay, she's like in her mid to late 40s now, and it's not working for her. Sorry, but it's true. Okay, she looks ridiculous in that wig. All right. And of course, Samantha mentions out loud that she quit using the vibrator once Smith came back from Mexico from filming his movie. And Smith is like, "Oh, that's so sweet, honey. Like, what the fuck, dude? You're a fucking dumbass too. Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck?" Anyway, it's not a realistic conversation. I've been to people's houses. I've been to millionaires' houses, okay? Where you have to dress up and shit, and a big table like this. I've been to houses like this before, okay? This is the shit you talk about. You don't talk about this shit when you're at someone else's house, okay? Anyway, so that's going on here, and Carrie is embarrassed by what Samantha's talking about. She's embarrassed, and she looks at Alexander. Alexander is just fucking uncomfortable as fuck. He's thinking like, why the fuck did I let my girlfriend invite this woman to my house? You could tell he's not comfortable listening to Samantha talk about her vibrator, okay? And Carrie is embarrassed that her friend that she invited is talking about her vibrator, okay? So it's pretty, yeah, okay. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, like I said, Samantha's oblivious. Harry says, you know what, Samantha, if your maid broke your vibrator, you might have a lawsuit here. And Miranda, who's also an attorney like Harry, says, like, for what? For breaking and vibrating? Stanford says, like, as long as it's not entering. Get it? Get it? Because he's gay and he's getting it. Yeah. You get it. All right. Yeah, I'm sure Michael Patrick King loved writing this scene here. Okay, so there's a long silence after that. Alec is very uncomfortable. Everyone's uncomfortable here. Okay, once that joke is over, nobody says anything. They're all just kind of like eating their food and just like not looking at each other. So Steve decides to break the ice. He notices a piano at the far end of the room. He's like, "Hey, so there's a nice piano over there. Do you play?" And yes, I play. "Oh, that's cool. Do you know any Billy Joel?" Because there's a running theme with Steve and Billy Joel. He loves Billy Joel. Every time they have Steve on an episode, back when he was dating Miranda, they always made a Billy Joel reference. Every episode that Steve was in, okay? So he's like, "You know any Billy Joel? Like Uptown Girl or The Piano Man, Always a Woman, Scenes from Italian Restaurant, We Didn't Start the Fire, Yes, I'm a Billy Joel fan too, okay? Big Man on Mulberry Street, which is my favorite Billy Joel song. After My Life, from Bosom Buddies, the one with Tom Hanks and David Scolari. Yeah, you got any of those on there? You know how to play any of that? Okay, I added some of that, but still, okay, yeah, it's the Bosom Buddies song. My Life. I love that song too. Like that one and Big Man on Mulberry Street. Yeah, I love those. Are like my two favorite Billy Joel songs. Okay, and also, Only Human. That's a good one too. Only Human, can you play that one for me too? Over there, Alexander Petrokovsky over there. Okay, I might have made some of that up. Okay, and Alec is like, "No, I'm not familiar." Of course not, because you're fucking Russian Eurotrash. You're Russian, but you act like you're European. You got the snobbiness of the French, even though you're fucking Russian. Okay, so Charlotte's like, tell us about your sculpture exhibition in Paris. It technically is not sculpture. No, it's not sculpture. And Carrie says like, they're large scale light installations. Okay, integrated with video imaging, whatever the fuck that means. That's what Carrie says, okay? And Harry's like, oh, I don't like Paris. It's too much attitude. And what's with the toilet paper over there? Paris is the greatest city in the whole world. And Steve's like, easy there, fella. You're talking to a New Yorker here. New York is wonderful. But this is no Paris. You'll see, Carrie. She's coming with me. And Miranda's like, oh, you're going to go see his exhibit when it opens? No. She's coming with me to live. Yeah, all those faces come on. They're all in shock. Okay. So Carrie says, like, no, we hadn't actually discussed it yet, the details or anything, but he did invite me to come with him to Paris. Because that shit would happen in real fucking life. Okay, you got a better chance of fucking winning the lottery than this shit happening to your typical average New York woman. Okay, yeah, exactly. But anyway, so later on, the girls, they corner Carrie upstairs in the bedroom. They say she wants to show them around the place, but the truth is they just want to fucking talk about this new revelation that she dropped. Okay, the guys are downstairs. They're laughing about something down there, but we don't see them, so we don't know what they're laughing about. It's basically just the girls talking upstairs in the bedroom. Okay, Miranda's like, when were you going to tell us? And she says, like, okay, he just asked me like 2 hours ago. And Miranda's, well, how long are you going to be gone? And Charlotte's like, where would you live? And Samantha's like, is there a guest room? Carrie's like, I'm not sure yet. I'm still digesting dinner. I haven't even digested the question yet. My boyfriend just asked me to go to Paris with him. It's the most romantic thing ever. Why is it always gotta be fucking Paris? What the fuck is it with the fascination with Paris, okay? Those women over there are smelly. They don't fucking shave their legs. Okay, they fucking hate Americans over there and don't even think about drinking the water. Okay, I mean, they're a bunch of gross motherfuckers. I don't understand what the fascination is with Paris. And the people fucking hate us. Okay, so like, why is it so special that you want to go to fucking Paris? Okay, the United States we bailed them out of 2 fucking world wars. Okay, they owe us. We don't owe them shit. Okay, and we've bailed them out of Vietnam too. So fuck them. Fuck the French. Like, the French are annoying. The whole world finds the French annoying. Okay, I don't know why they're held up as some fucking some virtuous country or some shit. There's a bunch of fucking assholes over there. Anyway, so that's going on. The men are laughing downstairs. We don't know what they're laughing about. Stanford comes upstairs and he tells them, hey, girls, time's up. I can't keep pretending to be straight. Okay? I need you girls to come back downstairs. Okay. Later on, after everyone leaves, Alex and Carrie are talking. And Alex says, like, you will live with me at the Plaza Athénée, which is a luxury 5-star hotel in Paris. Okay, apparently Alex has got an apartment in Paris right on one side of the river, but it's being remodeled, so they're gonna live in a fucking 5-star hotel the whole time that they're there. Okay, that's what he tells her, and she's got all these other questions like, well, so are you talking about a year, indefinitely? Can I work there? Do I need to learn French? Would my cell phone work there? What about my apartment here? Would I have to sublet it? And he's like, oh, don't worry, Carrie, about your apartment. Too many questions, okay? I would pay your apartment for you. Whoa, like I said, dude, this shit belongs on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel, okay? I'm pretty sure her fucking pussy just got so wet when he said that. I will pay for your fucking apartment while you're living with me. Okay? In other words, you don't have to pay for jack shit. I will provide everything for you. Like you're fucking Claudia Schiffer or some bullshit, which she is not. Okay? I'm sorry. This is the kind of shit like an up-and-coming actress, like say like a young Jennifer Lawrence or some shit like that. A young up-and-coming actress, these are the type of men that they date. Okay? Not fucking 40-year-old fucking advice columnists, okay? Slutty alcoholic advice columnists, okay? Sorry. It's just not realistic. I'm not trying to belabor the point, but damn it, this is crap. Okay, and like I said, a guy like that wouldn't be with Carrie. Okay, not seriously. Okay, and she's like, that's crazy. I can't let you pay for my apartment. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. You have no problem having guys pay for your shit for you. Okay, Carrie? You have no problem with that. All right. And why not? Why would you have a problem with him paying for your? He pays for fucking everything else for you. He buys you expensive dresses. He takes you to expensive restaurants. Okay, he takes you out all the fucking time. I mean, what the fuck, man? He's already paying for everything. What the fuck do you care? What the fuck have you done for him? Nothing. You took him to fucking McDonald's. That's what you did. You took him to fucking Mickey D's. Okay, for a number 4 extra value meal. Okay, that's what you fucking did. Okay. All right, so that's going on here. And he tells her, he's like, I have plenty of money, Carrie. I have plenty of money. I do not have plenty of Carrie Brashos. Okay, meanwhile, later on, when she's just with the girls at brunch at the restaurant they always fucking go to every episode. Okay, where they're eating and talking. Yeah, that one, the typical obligatory every episode. Carrie's like, this is my Parisian fantasy. And Miranda's like, well, how long? As long as it's fun. Indefinitely. I'll still have my apartment here. Well, yeah, Carrie, because he's paying for it. And Charlotte's like, do you think you'll get married? And Carrie's like, no, that's not the point. And Charlotte's like, then what is he promising you? And Carrie's like, the world? And Miranda, what about your job? Your column is all about New York. You're all about New York. How would you? And Carrie's like, I don't know. I answered all your questions. Why can't you just be excited for me? It's romantic, so stop killing it with questions. Just forget it. And Miranda says, like, look, we just don't want to make sure that you think this thing through. I have thought it through. Why can't you be happy for me? Why can't my friends be happy for me? Especially when I'm always happy for them. Samantha says, anybody want to talk about cancer? Okay, and that gets us to our thesis of this episode, which is it time to stop questioning? Is it time to stop questioning with a question mark, and then Carrie gets rid of the question mark and puts a period there. Ooh, subterfuge here. Okay, all right, so that's going to end part 1 of this review. I'll be back very shortly with part 2. Thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.